I'd like to talk about one of the most embarrassing episodes in early American history. President James Madison and Secretary of State James Monroe were absolutely had and conned by a guy named John Henry, who got $50,000 from the U.S. Treasury to sell them letters that turned out to be largely fake. And $50,000 back then was enough to build a major Navy ship. Big deal. The incident started when this guy, John Henry, who lived in northern Vermont, went to work for John Craig, C-R-A-I-G, who was the governor of Canada, who was, of course, British at that point. And Craig hired Henry to go throughout New England and assess the likelihood that if the United States went to war with Britain, New England, which would largely oppose the war and support Britain, would actually leave the United States and set up its own country. And the subsidiary question was, how could Britain help foment that? So Henry was promised a significant cash reward, $40,000, and he went to London to collect it after he gave Craig the information. And in London, they refused to pay him. So he was bitter, and he got on his ship to return to the United States, where he met a French con artist who said he was the Comte de Crillon, and he in fact was not a count. He was just an ordinary guy, probably hired by Napoleon. And he got Henry to approach Madison and Monroe to buy the documents and to release them to the public. Madison and Monroe fell for it, and they paid for the letters that he had sent back and forth with Craig, most of which contained completely fabricated and cooked up evidence of a supposed conspiracy to leave the United States in the event of a war hatched by the Federalists who controlled the New England politics. Madison thought so much of that evidence that he sent a special message to Congress about it, and there was huge hysteria in the United States as a result of what was seen as a coalition between the Federalists and Britain to pry New England away from the United States. And it was one of the major causes of the War of 1812. The documents were subsequently revealed to be a combination of forgeries and stuff that wasn't true and stuff that Henry cooked up. To get the documents, Madison and Monroe paid Henry $50,000, and he pocketed the money, eventually fled to Britain, and it was one of the most embarrassing episodes in the careers of Madison and Monroe in the year before the start of the War of 1812. Thanks for watching.